So we know that XRP is coming up on a big deadline, October 7th, where Ripple versus SEC could be finalized once and for all. Now, the Ripple Swell event's coming up in mid-October, but we are waiting to see if the SEC is going to appeal in this final opportunity in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, or will Ripple just pay the $125 million, be done with this, and open the floodgates for XRP to surge in this bull cycle? Now, in all of this, wrapped up in all of this, there is one major thing happening, and that is the impact or the relationship with XRP and Brics. Now, could this impact the SEC versus Ripple decision? We're going to highlight what you need to know about this, and this is going to impact you if you hold XRP. We have to be aware of what's going on behind the scenes with Ripple and Brics and the relationship here, the impact it could have on the price of XRP. So with that being said, guys, hit the like button, subscribe down below, drop your X's in the chat so I know you guys are here. And man, there's no better community right now than XRP. You guys are insane. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I know there's a lot of different content out there, a lot of different creators. The one thing you're going to get here when we talk about XRP, when we talk about anything, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it a buck. Keep it real. We're not going to be hype men. We're not going to say this is going to 1 million or 1,000 or whatever. We give you guys the real news and information. That's why you subscribe. That's why you ring the notification bell. That's why you continue to come back, because we're navigating this crypto space together. I give it to you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So again, appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you're not yet subscribed, please do so. And let's get into the video, because we've got a lot here, jam-packed here to get into. So XRP news today. Will Ripple's Brics ties impact the SEC's appeal decision? Very interesting take here. Now, it says here XRP gains 0.96%. Price-wise, guys, we're pretty much stuck right now. Not much going on in the markets at large. We can see here, you know, overall, we're down another 1.85%. Still over 2 trillion, but yeah, pretty boring right now. Let's just call a spade a spade. Now, historically, September is pretty choppy. It's actually one of the worst months since 2009 for Bitcoin, but it's followed by two of the best months, okay? When we think about Bitcoin, we always look at Q1 and Q4. In particular, there are 2 months that are very bullish for the markets. It's October and November. So I think we're still just kind of coiling up, and this bodes well for altcoins too, right? We take a look at the altcoin index, which we've taken a look at before. XRP is one of the only cryptos outpacing Bitcoin right now in the green in the last 90 days. It's up 5.3% in the last 90 days. We need to see 75% of the top 50 market outpace Bitcoin. That's when we know we're in an altcoin season. We're just not there yet, right? But I think we're getting closer. The SEC's final judgment on Ripple, though, opens new doors for XRP. We know that's coming very, very soon. But the potential of an appeal still exists for October 7th is that deadline. Upcoming U.S. primaries may impact crypto's future, with John Deaton challenging Warren's anti-innovation stance. This is going to be big. So if you're able to be out there in Massachusetts and vote for John Deaton, which is a huge proponent, he's a huge proponent of Ripple, obviously, and XRP, make sure you do it. If I was living in that state, I would be out there voting 100%. Now, it says here, XRP drifts below 60 cents. On Friday, August 30th, XRP fell down to 56 cents. We're currently sitting at 55.5. Pretty much same deal here. This is a good level, I think, to make a short-term swing trade, in my opinion, back up to 61 cents. As long as the market stays solid here, we've seen a lot of volatility here, bouncing back off of 55, 56 cents. Keep that in mind, not financial advice. If you want to check out, you know, Margex, maybe open a small position. I've got 2 positions open with XRP. You can check that out if you're interested in leverage trading. There's no KYC over there. It's totally up to you. But Ripple rolled out their new white paper. We highlighted that yesterday. And this covered how local banks can win the race to support small business payments. It showcased Ripple payments. And it says here, while the business-to-business payment market is expected to reach $174 trillion by 2030, there's no certainty about which financial providers actually will capitalize on this opportunity. Large providers have left the door wide open for local banks to capture the market by offering modern payment options. This is where Ripple comes in. By integrating Ripple payments, local banks can offer superior cross-border payments. We know the technology exists. We just need banks to get behind it. Now, the white paper aligned with Ripple's global expansion plans as well. A lot of this comes back to the relationship with BRICS. And Ripple's been forced to go outside the United States to develop a lot of these relationships. So Judge Torres, again, put the final decision, final judgment, ordering Ripple to pay $125 million in penalties. Now, the SEC still has an opportunity to appeal. They initially wanted $2 billion, which is freaking outlandish. That's crazy. But they're not going to get that, right? Since that final judgment, speculation has heated up about UAE and other nations replacing the US dollar or the petrodollar with XRP in oil trades. We've talked about XRP being used to trade oil. It was one of our top viewed videos last month. It got like 35,000K. I think that really opened the doors and eyes to a lot of people. What's happening with Ripple? They're expanding in other parts of the globe. They're not going to stop just because they're in this lawsuit with the SEC in the United States. Ripple's also widely associated with BRICS. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries have come together and they want to reduce US dollar reliance, international trade and finance. So XRP is not beholden just to the United States. They're doing business with BRICS, with UAE. Now, will this impact the decision of the SEC? BRICS announces creation of independent payment system based on crypto and blockchain. This came out back in March during a very bullish time in the market. According to the announcement, the new BRICS payment system offers an alternative to the US dollar. Ripple's association with BRICS and its products competing with the US banks could influence the SEC's decision on whether to appeal or not. Now, Russia's involvement in BRICS may complicate Ripple's position with the US government. Keep in mind, Ripple's a US-based company, but they're doing business outside the US, particularly if Ripple is collaborating with those five nations. So the US Securities and Exchange Commission retargeted the digital asset space, talking, recently issuing a Wells notice to OpenSea, an NFT marketplace, a big one. And we've seen this approach taken by the SEC. They're not afraid to just rule with an iron fist, right? Which is not good. We need them to kind of actually understand what's going on, create guardrails, create a framework, and like innovate, right? That's what we really want. Could this whole thing impact, the decision here? It's murky, right? It's definitely muddy waters when you consider Ripple. They've been in this lawsuit for like 4 years. I think eventually we're going to see local banks in the United States and Europe adopt Ripple's technology. And regardless of BRICS or US dollar or whatever, the fact of the matter is, the technology is just better than the archaic SWIFT banking system that we've been using for decades. Bottom line. And until something better comes along, you'd be crazy not to adopt it, right? So I don't think this can be a political issue. And I get what the author here is bringing up. Is this going to be kind of like a political chess move from the SEC? I hope not. I don't think it should be. I think this just is literally like, hey, this technology works. If you want to use it over there, we're going to use it over here too, whatever, right? I mean, we'll see. Now, before we get up on out of here, Senator Warren, U.S. banks and crypto. This is interesting. Back in December, Deaton targeted Warren. These two are going at it now. And JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's close ties, saying Jamie Dimon tells Senator Warren everything she wants to hear regarding her war on Bitcoin and crypto right now. At the same time, she introduces her bill to effectively ban Bitcoin and crypto in the U.S. Isn't that convenient timing? Senator Warren then invited CEOs of the largest U.S. banks to a banking committee hearing, and she targeted crypto in that hearing. And JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon was all on board, but we know Jamie Dimon's one of the biggest underwriters of the Bitcoin ETF. Don't listen to what they say, guys. Watch what they do. Okay, don't get lost in the sauce in these words. They're trying to shake you out. They're trying to get you to not invest in things like Ripple and XRP, not invest in things like Bitcoin. They're trying to depress the price so they can get their positions. I am firmly under this idea and have been here for a while simply because what they say and what they do don't line up. Okay. What they say is one thing and it's negative and blah, blah, blah. But they're backing all of these big companies. They're investing in RWAs. Okay. We know the United States is the fourth largest holder of Bitcoin. So again, it's the same thing here with XRP. They're depressing the price for now, but they can't do it forever. And eventually the tides are going to turn and they're going to have to basically accept what's happening, right? Anytime there's new technology, you push back, you push back, you push back, and eventually, you say, okay, all right, we're ready to join your team. You know what I mean? And that's what's happening. We're in the midst of it. So don't lose sight of that. Don't lose focus. Don't get frustrated. Don't read too much into all this negativity and this negative news, because what's really happening on the surface level isn't what's really happening behind the scenes. We're just seeing surface level. You got to think beyond it. You got to think deeper than that. And the SEC, in terms of their appeal plans, we'll see. If they appeal, they're saying XRP's price could drop to 40 cents. Listen, if it does, I'm opening up a trade. I'm adding some for the long term. I love getting XRP under 50 cents. If we get it under 40 again, like we just recently did, hell yeah. I would gladly open up a short-term swing trade and add to the long-term bag. Now, if the SEC decides against challenging court rulings, I think we'll get a pump. I think XRP could get back to that dollar threshold, like this article saying. I agree with this. But there's a lot of uncertainty around it. Don't get shaken out, around the whole SEC, debacle and what's going on. Don't lose sight of the long-term vision here, the long-term game. Play the long game with certain assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, these household names, right? You got to play the long game. So that's about it, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see what happens as we get closer and closer. Hopefully we don't run this thing all the way up into October. Hopefully we get a decision that comes down sooner rather than later. I think that would be much, much better for the space, especially considering we're getting ready for a major bull run, right? Many believe we're getting ready for a major pop. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you.